How's that for a finisher? We're going to take a look at all of the new monsters cards today and try them in a deck and try them out other than Bleeding Effigy, because I don't think we're going to need it here. So what we're going to do is we want to try using Caranthir on Bloody Mistress to get Garnicoras with extra fruits. So let's go through the deck. We have Oneiromancy, She Who Knows, Bloody Mistress, Mamuna, and as you can see, Oneiromancy is for consistency with She Who Knows for the carryover. Bloody Mistress we're going to use Caranthir on. Theoretically, if you normally you would play your Caranthir Koshchey when you're at, what, 5 cards left? You start doing that? In theory, if you Caranthir Bloody Mistress and you get 2 Garnicoras and have 4 fruits, it should give you more points than Caranthir Koshchey if every card you play thrives. So say you play an 8 every turn afterwards. Quick maths insert, as they say. If you want to see this, if it had 2 minutes, I think. So if you look at the spreadsheet here, it's just the points you get per turn from doing different stuff with Caranthir Koshchey versus Caranthir Bloody Mistress. As you can see, there's a double boost turn in here on the thrives. We play the, what's his name? Flippin' Spirit from Leader Charge. And then your Koshcheys get thrived every turn. We're assuming they get thrived every turn by playing an 8-point unit. And then the larvas we're assuming get thrived every turn, and you're spawning a larva every turn. So you're playing an 8-point unit each turn. Doesn't matter what that unit is. Both of these involve playing an 8-point unit every turn, just high enough that we thrive every turn on all of the units. So after 5 turns, by the way, this is why Koshchey is so strong. Koshchey Caranthir, 5-card round with leader ability and the full combo of Caranthir and Koshchey. Then you have your 8s. You get 87 points. That's ridiculous. But you also get 16 units. And that's a problem in rounds that are longer than 5 cards. Because you're going to put them in different rows, sure. But you're going to end up with only 2 other spaces for units. So above 7 cards, 5 cards if one of them spawns an extra body, you're just not going to have space to play units. So in a longer round, like a 10-card round, this could be a problem. If we look at the Caranthir Bloody Mistress, the first turn you play her, she will not get boosted by the fruits she spawns. Just keep that in mind. So she plays a 7 with 2 fruits. And then she'll get 2 points. Next turn you play the second Mistress. Keep in mind this is assuming you have Sabbath already. So you have to have Sabbath for this. You can get Sabbath with the Leader Charge and say a big unit, 2 other units. Leader Charge is 2 units, is all you really need to get this. But then you get more points every turn, right? So it's 2 points after that, then 4 points a turn. Getting 4 points a turn on both of them. After the second one comes down, assuming none of the fruits die. For both of these scenarios, we're assuming no opponent interference because it makes it much easier to compare. There's probably going to be interference, and it's easier to interfere with the fruits. But it's not taken into account here. We're just seeing the maximum points you get out of it. So yeah, there's another double points on the fruits. For maximum points, you play Leader after the second Mistress. Not the same turn, but the turn after, so you can thrive the fruits. So they get a double boost on the fruits that turn, and you're playing the 8s every turn for thrives. And as you can see, you come out with 99 points, which is 12 more than Koshchey. You can play a full 10-card round 3. And you can even play a 10-card round 3 with a Self-Eater. You can split into a couple more units. Or an Andrega Larva. If you're playing Koshchey and you throw out an Andrega Larva, and then you start doing your combo because you're at 6 cards, that's 18 units. Your board's full. So that's something to keep in mind. And it's really nice that you can play the Self-Eaters with this, because they synergize with the Relicts, and obviously the Mistress is a Relict. So it's a much stronger long round 3, but it's also more vulnerable to the opponent's interference. So keep that in mind, but it theoretically does have a higher upside as long as you already have Sabbath, and that's the key. So those are some actually pretty large conditions, because if Druids are popular with the new cards and they spawn rain, your fruits might die, and that'll make this worse. They're much easier to remove than an Andrega Larva. Removing them deals with 2 threats at once, because you're removing a boost on the Garnicora, and you're also removing the Thrive from the fruit. So it's much easier for the opponent to deal with. So I don't think it's better. We're going to try it out and find out for sure, or at least see how we feel about it in a game. I don't think it's as good, but we're going to try it out for fun, because it's new. You could run both, honestly. You could just drop Oneiromancy for a Koshchey, and you could drop either a Dregarevole, Parasite, or Self-Eater, or Larva. Drop one of those, and you can boost or not boost, you can throw in a Koshchey instead of Oneiromancy if you're running Naglfar. So that's an option. Anyway, so we have the Manmua. We obviously want to use this on the Genkan if possible. If not, Self-Eater is not the worst thing. It brings an engine out of your deck, although the Manmua only goes to a 8. It's not bad. We have the Caranthir, we have Ratcatcheress, the 3 Crones. Obviously, we could run Archerspore for a consume on the Brewess. That would be a good option, but we're not doing that right now. We have Weavess, Parasite, and Regal are 2 control options. We don't have a lot. We're actually playing a lot of engines in this deck, so hopefully the opponent won't be able to deal with all of them. So you give them the new Self-Eater. You're going to have its power and spawn a copy. You want to have as many relics as possible if you're doing this. So the thing is that if we search the relics tag, we could put in Caretaker, like I said. Well, not like I said, like people do. You play Caretaker is a good option. Do another relic. The problem is that with all these expensive cards, we don't really have room for them. But if you want to cut something to add them, you could. And then, as far as the other ones go, there's really nothing you want to include. Another bronze relics would be nice, but Marilorn and Succubus and Doppler don't fit the deck, so we have all the other ones. So obviously you want to have those in the same round you're playing your Self-Eaters. Then the 2 Larvas. So we're going to play Larvas, Self-Eaters, both 6 provision bronzes. Both have a lot of engine potential. We're going to try and overwhelm our opponent with this. The other thing is, the one reason that I was thinking that Koshchey might be slightly worse than our Bloody Mistress, in this deck in particular, is that if we're playing Self-Eaters and spawning a bunch of copies in, say, a long round, we could thrive and have too much or not enough room for all the Larvas. But that's about it. And you could play around that. But if you ever end up in a situation where Koshchey's rows are full, it feels pretty bad. So we're going to avoid that here. And with the 2 Larvas, Maxi to help reshuffle. The 2 Genkans, obviously you want to play one of these, boost it to 9, it'll go to your graveyard, and then when you play your Mamuna, you get she goes to 11, you play a 9 from your deck. It's a 20-point swing. That's massive. That's really what you want to do. And then we have the 2 Witch Apprentices for the Sabbath boosts. The 1 Ghoul, because we can consume a Self-Eater if we need to. That's not bad if the Self-Eater gets big. And then there's always the Genkan, because if you are playing Mamua, you can actually consume one of your Self-Eaters if it's been boosted a fair amount, or if it got back to its base power-ish, and then pull one out of your deck. That's actually fairly valuable. And the thing is, if you play it, you don't really want to be consuming an Andraga larva for this, right? Because she's a 4 and she plays a larva, but a Self-Eater that's not that bad. If she plays for 8 and a Self-Eater plays for 6, that's a 14 swing, and you're getting an engine out of your deck. It's not bad. And we have like I said, we have the Ghoul to consume that, or the Genkan. And also we can consume this Kiki Moreworker. That's not bad. We're including that Kiki Moreworker because it's the highest point bronze, the 7. And we have the 2 Bruxas, because Brux is a really good card. You could swap these Bruxas for Archerspores, but with only 1 consume in the Brewess, I didn't really think it was worth it. I think we'll be getting enough value from the Brewess from increasing the other Crones, and if we do want her consume to, say, eat up a poison card or something, we have that option. So this is the deck. If you guys like this type of thing and like seeing all these new decks, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And let's go get into some games now and see how it performs. Alright, we got a game very quickly. Not surprising, I'm guessing a lot of players are going to be online to try out new decks and stuff. Let's see what we find. Good old jackpot. You know, new expansion, new cards, just playing jackpot. You know, it might be a new bounty deck, that might be interesting. We have 2 Andraga Larvas in our hand. That's actually really solid. Ghoul's not super good right now, so I think we will toss him back. We have our Manmua, so we'd like to get a Genkan. These are both solid. We might Oneiromancy Genkan, honestly. But what are we going to play? We're going to play Larva into probably Ratcatcheress. And then that'll boost our Larvas. And then we'll have 15. That's not quite enough to trigger one of these apprentices when we play it. It'll play for 4 plus 4 the boost, so I think we'll put one back. Self-Eater's interesting. Let's go with this. So we're gonna play our larvas. The reason we're playing Crystal Skull is just to put the veil on our self-eaters. Just the first self-eater, because the other ones spawn a copy. So he's gonna have his tax collector. That's fine and all. We're gonna play our self-eater and give it our veil.
It's a pity I can never finish.
So we have our Ratcatcheress, then our Witch Apprentices will be Sabbath, I believe. He's gonna get a lot of coins here. Question is this one of those townsfolk decks where you really have to worry about the coins? Or is he just, like, is he gonna keep spamming units that we should kill with our Wispus 2 damage? We really should, probably. But we can also set up our stuff first. So let's go for a Self-Eater. Alright. We have its base power. We got this one. Pretty solid. And then we'll boost them both. We probably should kill Igor the Hook. I don't really want to, but we will. Both of those get boosted. And now our Self-Eater that has our boost has Veil, so we can't poison it, which is probably his big removal. You see has poisons. Megascope. Yeah, good thing we killed Igor. So I think we're going to win this round off of Self-Eater and Larva value. So we'll just play one of these. It's going to be hard to get our She Who Knows for carryover here, because we went first. There's an Imki. He has so many coin generators. They're all going to turn to engines right now. Question is, do we Self-Eater again? She Who Knows is going to be hard to play. We do want to Oneiromancy one of our Gancans out, I think. So we want to set her up. So I think we'll do that. Do we play our Self-Eater now or later? It's going to halved and then round it down. We'll go to 2. I guess it's better if we do it now. And we'll go for one of our Gancans. That's a lot of points. Shield. Alright, okay.
I really ought to help clear some of this clutter.
If he's doing this, he's getting a lot of engine value. We're gonna play our She Who Knows. He might have 2 poisons, but I think he's not running them right now. I think he's just going for engine overloads. So I think if we play our She Who Knows, we're in a good spot. We're gonna pass. Obviously we've got way more points than him. There's no way he can seize this. Here's the pass. If he's got 24, he's got 24. This is what I wanted him to do. He has to leader. Leader will give him the round, but he won't have it anymore. So I think this is worth it. And we have She Who Knows carryover. I was thinking to myself when he's playing all this stuff, with all this, I don't think he's playing Philippa or damage cards. Because if they damage your She Who Knows and then seize it, that's really good. Oh, he's going to go down 2 cards instead of using leader ability. Fair enough. But we still have carryover. So we had a 3 Self-Eater, a 5. Self-Eater a lot of points there. We have our Oneiromancy. So if he tries to push here, we don't have to play anything. So I just want the best cards possible in our hand, which would really be our Caretaker / Bloody Mistress. We have our carryover. If he pushes, okay. So we're up 2 cards. It's not a bad spot to be in. Definitely not a bad spot. We're gonna open larvas. We could get a Self-Eater. I really want our Bloody Mistress. We don't. Okay, there she is. So we're gonna see now just how many points she gives us, because I don't think he has a lot of removal. Okay, what are we gonna Oneiromancy for? I guess Parasite or this Self-Eater. Probably this Self-Eater, maybe a Ghoul. We're gonna Oneiromancy for the Self-Eater. We want to do that after the larva, so we get more points. And then that'll probably get us to the point where we have Sabbath with the Caranthir and such. Yeah, this is good. Our Gancan's still in our deck, we gotta check on, right? Sure is. Looking good. Alright, we're gonna drop our larva. We're gonna see just how many points we can generate in a round. I think he's playing an engine heavy deck too, little removal. And we'll see just who can get more points, and I think it's gonna be us. Alright, so now we're gonna Oneiromancy out the Self-Eater, like I said before. We have the 1 lock in our hand for a big card. We've got a big problem to deal with. So I'm not too concerned about needing Parasite. So he's gonna bank 4. He's already used his Bincy. If it's Salamander, I think we just save our... It could be Salamander, thinking about it. With Engine Overlord to secure round 1. Just thinking about what would be the worst thing he could be doing. So I think we're going to save our Force of Nature, just in case. Save Force of Nature, maybe... Brutus might come in clutch if he plays his... If he plays 1 Salamander, then we can consume 3 of the poisoned guys. Because if he is playing the location, he'll move a poison to his own Salamander probably to kill it off. That might be good to save Brutus this time then. Either way, we have our Self-Eater. We don't have enough for the Sabbath yet, so we'll play a Relict. We'll boost this guy up by 4. Keep it alive for its order. Then next turn we'll go for our Caranthir. We gotta make sure we have room on the melee row for our Gancan. So there is a poison. We'll just put these in the range row, I think. Have is 2. Sure. And we'll go for our Caranthir on our Bloody Mistress. This should get us a lot of points. Transform. She won't boost this turn, but we'll get some points coming up. Caranthir and Bloody Mistress also has one advantage over Koshchey in that it's a bigger point swing immediately. This played for 13 as opposed to Koshchey, which plays for 8. There's another Abomination. I have a feeling this is a Salamander deck, by the way. This could make another 1. She's a Relict, so... Going real heavy on the engines here. We don't want to make too many Self-Eaters before we lock ourselves, but we do have the option of consuming with Brewmother. There's going to be a Salamander behind this? That's what I expect. Expect a Salamander. If that is a Salamander, our best choice... She's not row locked, right? If we end with this is a 20, and then this is a 9, that's 29, and then Brutus for consumes. We have double last say. Actually, we might have triple last say. You have so much less say. We're going to lock one of the abominations here.
Our world is in harmony.
So, which apprentice? There has to be a Salamander coming, otherwise he would leave the game. Roland and Salamander.
This will make the crime.
Sure. This will thrive our little guys. This is a ridiculous amount of points, by the way, that we have 100 already. Salamander, so we're going to use our Consume. Now, unfortunately for him, we're just going to drop our Brewis and consume 3 of our guys. His last card is Renew. So this is Renew. That was a lot of points they got, by the way, there. So we're gonna consume our biggest 3 guys. We're gonna make a new one of these. We're gonna consume this. Consume this. Consume this. If we play our... We'll also use this order. And we'll consume this. Save so as many of our points as possible. This Roland's gonna be huge. Double this. Do this.
A better world. I don't nibble at them, they'd fall right out.
You should have played Ratchcatcherus first. That was a mistake.
Bells tinkling a lively melody, and they cling to me like
Close. Even if you played in a different order, we didn't have enough points though. So we got our first scam of the day via a Salamander. Could we have avoided losing there? If we played our Ratcatcherus before our Monomura, we would gain an additional 3 points. But it didn't matter, because we had lost by more than that. Interesting. I guess we can't beat Salamander Roland. I was kind of hoping they'd all be gone.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Alright, we're going up against another Force of Nature deck this time. We have 2 Self-Eaters in our hand. Again, this is looking pretty good, honestly. I'm not sure I want the double Self-Eaters this round. We have 1 larva. This is looking good enough. We'll keep this. There's the Necker. Not going to be punished. I wouldn't really be running Neckers. I'm just... If I were him, I think there's going to be too many people trying out the new rain cards and such. If he has a larva now, we'll actually be pretty close on points. Okay, he doesn't. So we should have more engine value than him.
Hey, you are what you eat.
Necker Warrior, that's the one I haven't seen in a while. He's going all in on thrives here. And he's out. Do we think he's playing Caranthir Koshchey, or is he going to be playing Bloody Mistress? Interesting. You can also play both. If it's Caranthir Koshchey, I want him to use it up because it's pretty strong. Got both Gan Cans. I don't really want both Gan Cans. I don't really want this either. That's a nice card to have. We have a lock. He might have Caretaker. Deal with a lock. Our longer and stronger than his, I think, if we're playing Bloody Mistress. We have our Caranthir combo active, so I think we'll push here. I want to set up a Gan Can. I want to use my Maxi, and I think we're stronger in a longer round if he's playing Caranthir Koshchey. If he's playing what we're playing, he's playing what we're playing, we have everything we want, right? We have our lock. We have one crone here. We have a second one in our deck. There's a Self-Eater. We play our own Self-Eater or go for the lock. The thing with the lock is, if we don't play it now, if we play it now, we have to parasite a She Who Knows. If we do play it now, we deny a lot of points. I think we play it now.
I do not mince words.
Because we're pushing here, so I really want him to not have engines going. And the Self-Eater represents a lot of points. Catcher S, sure. We got our own Self-Eater going.
Along the floor.
Our own Self-Eater, our own Rat Catcher S. This is a boost by 4. Okay, so let's... Self-Eater, we're going to play Maxi, so that doesn't boost Self-Eater, so we can wait a turn. Maybe he'll Parasite a Larva. Which he probably won't. We have Rat Catcher S. So we're going to play Maxi next. Nothing else is Thrive, and she doesn't boost anything, so we'll just go for her next. Alright, we want to reshuffle this deck, that's for sure. Let's put one of these on the bottom. Now we go for Self-Eater, then Gan Can / Rat Catcher S. There's his Gan Can.
Blueberries, blueberries, lady of the woods.
They say you are what you eat.
Sabbath is going to be active now. He's going to teleport the Gan Can for a boost. Pretty standard stuff.
I don't nibble at them, they fall right out.
Do this. We go Weavis. That'll be our 6 for the Thrives. So we'll go for a Weavis. And we'll boost this guy. Can't Parasite it now, even if you wanted to. Then we'll drop... sorry about that. We'll drop our Rat Catcher S next. Striga's gonna hit, but it's not gonna die. So here we go again. Nope, not you. We want Rat Catcher S.
They're malleable as glue, and just as squishy.
So if you're getting a lot of value, good thing we locked his. There's a Witch Apprentice, expectant. We're going to Oneiromancy our She Who Knows this round.
Wouldn't have the hair on my head, she said.
He's actually a lot behind right now. He's getting 2 points a turn. but he's quite far behind. 2 damage will stop our chain of guys. But we will Oneiromancy for our She Who Knows. I expect he'll do this also. It's a lot of points. I'm guessing he'll also get a She Who Knows out. Interesting. So we will pass 18 points. He gets 2 plus 2. 2 here. 2 here. That's 14 point differential. 1 thrive, 2 thrive, plus a base power boost. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 18 She Who Knows puts him at a draw. If he plays She Who Knows here, he has to... Well, he gets... Actually, he's going to get 4 here. So he can She Who Knows, and we'll both have a She Who Knows. But we still have a Caranthir Bloody Mistress, so we're going to pass. He needs at least an 8-point card. Yeah, there's a She Who Knows. We knew he was going to do that. And he should be up. Oh no, we counted right the first time. He's not going to be up. Right, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we counted right. We just forgot. We did count this points. He has the leader. Okay, good. That's what I was originally planning, and then after I made the play, I was recounting and thinking I did it wrong. But no, I just gave him 3 Witch Apprentice Axe Sabbaths instead of 2 for some reason, but now we really have him, I think. With this much carryover, our Caranthir into Bloody Mistress should activate immediately. This is for Manmua, and then we have we can Oneiromancy out Wispess. The question is Ghoul big? We're not going to use it on Gankan. Ghoul plays for 8 on this Self-Eater. Ghoul playing for 8 on Self-Eater. We could alternatively draw into one of these, which is much better. So but we can't draw into our Gankan, so we can only try once. Okay, I guess that's what we got now. This will still thrive the little guys, the fruits. He's gonna play Caranthir Koshchey on us now. No, Caranthir Ghoul. That's a play, I guess. If we go for Caranthir on our Bloody Mistress and leader, we will have Sabbath already. That's because that's exactly 25. We go for the transform. Actually, it's because it's 26. There's that, and that should be GG. He's already used. He doesn't have anything left to deal with us. He's gonna banish our Gankan, which is honestly really unfortunate. It's a good tech card in the mirror match, that's for sure. That actually kills our Manmua completely. The only bronze we left in our decks is Witch Apprentice. Is Witch Apprenticing with Manmua good enough, or should we go for the Crown? We get 6 plus 4. It's a 10-point play with 2 points a turn. It's not worth it because we're going to be playing our Bloody Mistress now. I think he's just killed our Manmua completely. We're going to play the Crone instead. To be fair, it doesn't really matter. This is his Manmua, or his Ghoul. Okay. I guess we just play this. It's obviously not that great. But look at these Bloody Mistresses, or Gurnakoras go. Caretaker to clear off a bleed. And we'll just go for our Crone. That'll do it. That round 2 push was exactly what we needed. So that best showed what we can do with the deck, and the reason we're playing it over Koshchey. We want to have fun with it, first of all, but secondly, if we had Koshchey there in that round 3, I don't know if he would have given us more points. It would have been close. We gotta do some math each time we would each time we had the scenario. We gotta do math on it. Koshchey gives a lot of points. Keep in mind that Effigy might be good as a counter card to other monsters players. Maybe we'll toss one in here. Probably a new mage deck. We're gonna have actually some problems with this, I think. He's playing all of the new engines. There's a lot of damage in his deck. And a lot of damage isn't great for us, especially when stuff like Kikimor Worker. We're really going to need a Self-Eater here. Self-Eater's a 6. But we have to keep in mind, even if we Crystal Skull it, the new Seamloss card kills it with 2 Rebukes. And that's a bad exchange for us. Okay, this might be some kind of overload with the new cards. Honestly, we have very little damage in our deck. Right? We have Parasite, we have a Lock for control, and we have Wispus for 4. Those are only 3 control options. So he's not going to kill a Self-Eater Plate this turn, I think. So we're going to go for it. We need a lot of engines, basically. And if he has a lot of these control options, we just need more engines. And then we'll boost up the copy we make. This is going to be the new Orb card, probably. No, he's going to go for Simloss. Is he going to go for a double Rebuke? Double Orb. Okay, he's going to go for carryover with this. Sure. You have so many provisions invested in this right here, that I don't really mind. Bunch of orbs in the graveyard. They'll be coming back. That's fine with me. Let's see how much it actually is worth. So we're gonna split our Self-Eater. Give this one Veil. And drop our Brewis. That's called points. Sadly, we won't be able to have Witch Apprentice do a Thrive, but she'll start going next turn. Okay, so the Sorceress.
Illusions. You yet to see.
We split our Self-Eater again. And we drop this, and we just have so many engines. He, even with this activation and a Rebuke in hand, he can't kill all of our stuff. We just have so many. Making a bomb, sure, you can kill off that guy. There's an orb coming back. If we can get rid of these orbs this round, it's fine. Yeah, they're only worth like 8 points. You spent a ton of provisions on this, and I don't think they're really just worth it. So there's the chain of orbs coming back. Fair enough. And there's a Hamadryad with a Vitality on it.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need
That looks like a good Parasite target, though. We Parasite this, he goes up by 3. I think we're favored in the 10-card round 3, so I don't mind doing this even though he gets a little bit ahead. Unless he's played something massive. Well, we still have Witch Apprentice going too. We'll just Parasite this. We still are ahead through Witch Apprentice, and then we have this Gancan coming up. It's going to be huge.
Why Destiny won't let us talk to strangers?
Okay, there's more points. A lot of Vitalities. We'll drop our Gancan. Just drop them here. Points there. That's a big slam. We could have gone for both Crones to activate the Thrives up to 6 first, but I want to keep the damage Crone. Boost we can deploy now. Let's boost this one. Obviously we have this combo for next round if we win this one. Okay, let's see. We get 2 here. He gets 1, 59 to 67. he plays a card, it goes back to us. We get 2, so 69 to 59. He needs a 10-point play from hand. If he has a 10-point play, I'd rather him use it now. I think we're fine, we'll pass. He needs a 10. So he's going to have to use one of his bigger cards here to win. If that's not a bigger card, he's going to have to use some leader abilities or something. Another guy going down 2 cards, but this time there's no Salamander. Alright, we got him down an extra card there, and a leader ability used up, so that was a good pass for sure. This hand also, by the way, this hand is kind of nuts. He might go for long round 3, thinking Koshchey's weak in round 3 longer. Well, it's not as good in a longer one, but we don't have it. Okay, we don't want this. We need a Gan Cannon in our deck. Nice, nice. These cards are blacked out. I haven't seen that bug before. Okay, they're back. This hand's basically perfect, so we're keeping it. We have a Self-Eater for an engine. Our Oneiromancy, honestly, is probably best used on this larva to start the game off. So Oneiromancy, a larva. Although Directory of Bull is actually pretty good too. Do I want more engines, or do I want a lock for one of his cards? It's actually a tough choice. I think we'll go for the larva in this case. Reason being is I want him to not destroy this Self-Eater. He's played no rebukes though, so he doesn't have one from a, okay, that's going to be one removal card. Our 6 crone, this is probably the best value from this crone, but it messes up our Self-Eater a little bit. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Next we go Self-Eater, Caranthir, Bloody Mistress, all that good stuff.
We must banish her. I see no other paths.
Deploy our Self-Eater. I'm not sure what he's going to have. There's a Francesca. We don't have an answer to that in our deck, so it's fine. It's gonna go off. Deploy our Self-Eater. Deploy our Self-Eater. Use our Caranthir. Put our Bloody Mistress here. We don't have Sabbath, but we're gonna get it via our leader here. Transform, play our next Gurney Korra, and let's see how he's going to catch up to this. I feel like he's playing only boost cards and no Nature's Rebukes, which is kind of odd. I guess he's making a bomb. I'm just not seeing the points he needs here. Considering we're getting about, well, if we take a look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus we're getting like 15 points, well at this point 17 points a turn, and I don't think he's realized that yet. So Ratcatcher sort of has engine value.
You smell life with fear.
I need room on the melee row. I guess we need room, because this plays 2 units, this plays 1. If we play any more Self-Eaters, we roll lock ourselves by having too many. There is a Force Projector, but it's not going to be for a Rebuke. Couple Temperings, sure, he comes back, sure. But we're getting 17 points a turn, 18 points a turn now. So we're at 90, check this out. Go for our She Who Knows. 110. End of turn. It's 28 points, 18 points a turn of engine value here. There's no way he can compete with this. Alright, there is a 21 point Herald Gourd. Solid. But check this out. How's that for a finisher? 160 points. Honestly, that's kind of nuts. Like, for real, that's crazy. GG. Alright, let's do one more game. This is basically a very heavy engine deck with monsters. And if they don't kill Larva or Self-Eater, there's so many points. You saw that last game, right? 8 card round 3, 160 points. I don't know of many decks that can do that. Now, we've also gotten that many points with Caranthir and Koshchey. We would lose a turn of Self-Eaters on Koshchey. We would have overthrived way too hard. That's the thing. That's the reason why we're playing Bloody Mistress. It does create... Caranthir on Bloody Mistress makes 7 guys. Caranthir on Koshchey makes 5... Because you're going to use the leader, right? So you get the 2 Koshcheys, Caranthir, 1 Larva. So you get 4, then Relict, guy comes down and thrives, that's 7. Okay, so that's 7 too. They both create 7 after the first 2 turns. We got our Maxi here going against Shieldwall. Shieldwall is probably the new mages with a lot of control. This is probably our best, our worst matchup. I was trying to say worst, I said best almost. That's not what it is. Let's put this back. We're going to need this Parasite, that's for sure. We have Larva, Self-Eater. This isn't bad. Go with this. Like I was saying, Koshchey will start filling our units too much in these longer rounds. There's the student. Student's got the ward on him. We knew he was going to do that. We'll go Larva. The 1 armor nerf to Larva is probably not going to matter too much here. The thing is, our Self-Eater can die to an Order and a Boiling Oil. Okay, that has to die.
No one is born a mage.
We cannot let this card live. Sadly, it's going to live. So, we're just going to have to hope we have more points than him at this point. I guess that's the point of an engine deck anyway. So this card's going to die, our Self-Eater. Fortunately, he went first. We're not going to get forced into going down a card or something, losing on even. Now keep in mind, when he plays these guys back from the graveyard with Necromancy or Shanny, they're going to have some really big Patience Oracles. Like, really big. Yeah, not much we can do about that. We'll Self-Eater here. We actually get 4 points from deploy from this, so it gets us to 20. We could just go Witch Apprentice, Witch Apprentice. If he doesn't kill him, the second one will actually boost our Self-Eaters up to the point where we're getting the Sabbath. We also have our Maxi though, but then we lose out points from Witch Apprentice. On thriving these, we'll play Witch Apprentice. If he kills it, we have another one. The second one, if we kills it though, we can't activate our Sabbath right away, but in order to keep up with this Patience lady, who sadly we can't kill, it's gonna be rough. Will be rough. We get 3 here. 4, okay. Okay, he doesn't kill our Witch Apprentice. He should kill our Witch Apprentice. He's being greedy. Alright, he's getting a lot of points here. Our turn now. Do this. Do this. Alright, let's go. I expect these to die, otherwise I would have put one on the... well, we didn't need the Sabbath. We didn't need the Sabbath, we could have put one on a different row, so we don't fill up too much with Self-Eaters. But he's going to kill these. Here comes the Amphibious Assault. We have our She Who Knows, which are saving grace. We kind of have to wait for him to use his orders. Sure, more point value. I feel it. I'm of the same mindset. We're both playing very heavy engine decks right now.
As you wish, milady.
Kind of agree with the mindset, but that's a lot of points he's getting here. That's a lot of points. Each Azaretta Adept's getting 3 a turn. He's got 5 damage here, 2 boosts. Order, at the end of this turn, the patience value of all units increases by 5. I don't know if that how that triggers Adept. Anyway, he's got 6 a turn. We'll go with 6 a turn. So we play, he gets up to 50, we need 19 points, we can do 19 points. If we do this, this is 8. Well, this is actually 6. What's these? We'll go for a maxi.
Your magic can't harm me. No
Looking
magic
good,
can.
honestly. Let's keep this. If he passes, we have the She Who Knows play, right? He's gonna win this round. There's no way around it. We can't. If we can't kill Leticia, whatever her name is, if we can't kill her, there's no way we can take the round. It's just too many points. There goes another Band Arch student. Alright, let's see. Is this actually +5 or +1? Okay, it doesn't trigger the patiences. So we have here 5 damage, 10 damage, 7 boosts. Obviously we're not going to keep playing, but that's 15. He's got 22. He still has to trigger them though. He still has to trigger them. This is a waste of a She Who Knows though. We have this combo. Like I said, as soon as we couldn't answer her, we lost the round. But maybe we can win the next one. Okay, we need a Gan-Can. We could have Mamuna a Self-Eater. I wouldn't mind too much. This hand's good. If he just passes, we have the Muris play. If he doesn't just pass, these cards all play for tons of points. So let's keep this hand. So he did the pass, we drop our Brewis. And here we go. He still has the lady to reset all their orders. I need my Directory of Vol. I don't think she has Zeal. But we need to Oneiromancy Directory of Vol. And it looks like we're going to use Mamuna on a Self-Eater. We don't really want this. Let's take a look. Mamuna on Self-Eater is the play. So we can't have Self-Eater in hand. We go first. Our Ghoul's gonna get us not too much here, just a 6. We don't have Larva. Like I said, we need Oneiromancy for this Directory of Vol, which isn't super awesome. This hand's not ideal. Not ideal. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna try and rush out our Caranthir Bloody Mistress as soon as possible. I think it thrives off the larvas, perhaps? Not the larvas, the fruits. So this, and it plays for 5, so we need to get 20 points out. Right, so 9, 19, 23, 24. We need a card first, so we'll just drop this Bruxo. And then we go She Who Knows for 10, just to get the tempo going. Or we go for our Bloody Mistress. Alright, well that's a problem. So, I think we need Caretaker in the deck. Alright, we're gonna do the race. The point race is coming. Who has more points in their deck? How do we get the most points possible? This is worth 0, by the way. This Wispess and this Parasite, one of them is worth 0 points. Well, I mean, this Parasite's worth 0 points. We're gonna have to do it on ourselves. Herd Deploy's worth 0. So this is no longer valuable on a lock. Gancan's worth 9. It'll get our Thrives up. Maybe that's what we'll go for. But it's time for a Mamunna. Get a Self-Eater. We just need engines now. As many as possible. Next turn, we go for our Bloody Mistresses. If he has a lock, he'll probably lock this. Alright, here comes that 10 damage order or whatever it is.
Be glad to.
If he has a cooldown on her, I think he's actually going to get us.
Hocus. Bang. Kaboom. Shit, how'd that go?
So that's got, what, 7 damage? He's going to bring the other one back, too. Okay, we go for a split. Now we have the split. We need Sabbath. 25. Playing him and melee gives us Sabbath. So we're in Caranthir. Our Bloody Mistress. And we're gonna go like this. Seven damage. That's gonna go into our our Gurnikor here. He's probably gonna use the order and kill Gurnikor. We hope he doesn't have like casting contests. That would be really bad. His engines are honestly gonna be worth more than ours, but you might try and save them for a reset. Casting contest here probably seals the game for him. Actually, it won't, because we'll have an extra point on this next one. This next Bloody Mistress.
My great-granddaughter will do great.
The day is nigh when all shall behold my beauty.
I wonder if he's going to play Renew on her. Renew and then give Zeal would be crazy. Anyway, though, we need to get engines out, so Self-Eater. Again, we'll go with Bloody Mistress.
It's a pity I can never finish.
Casting contest is coming down now if he's playing it. There's no way otherwise. Okay, he'll go for a duel. It's fair.
On guard! A duel! To a duel, I challenge thee!
Gregory of Vol here lands for massive points. So, Oneiromancy, Gregory, Vol. I mean, that's a big deal. Self-Eater might be at the most we can use now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 units. We have 5 spaces. We could play another one. We can play another one. Ghoul is going to be so bad, though. It's a 5. Maybe he'll kill her something. It's kind of unfortunate we never got a Gan-Can. Okay, there's Gerhardt. He has his reset.
Lest this semester be your last.
So, let's see. Ghoul doesn't trigger anything. We gotta wait for him. We can Self-Eater again. Deploy and damage. Damage? Maybe. The boost? He has no damage active right now. We'll Self-Eater one more time. I think I want the boost. We'll boost this guy. Boost him. Now, keep in mind, he has that reset for his orders at some point. That's a lot of points. He's gonna get another Shanny proc, too. Ghoul has to play melee. We'll play Ghoul last. Because if we can boost our engines up higher, there's a slightly less chance he kills them.
Rubbish in, rubbish out.
Actually, we should play him now. What am I talking about? We're gonna play him now. We have thrives that we need. So Ghoul. Yeah, look at this. 5. It does thrive our things though, so I mean, it's not useless. This is a 6. We can actually kill one of his students. This practice makes perfect. It's gonna be for a different Vanilla student. That's good. That's not the same student. 7 boosts is nothing to joke at though. But it's time for Wispus to come down. Wispus comes down and kills off this student. That's okay. Honestly, I did not expect us to win this round, but we're currently up by 70 points. We're not safe for sure, but that's a lot of points. He might actually get a gold spell off of Gerhardt. Don't often see that. So we're really in trouble. This is going to be interesting. I'm very interested in this. She Who Knows comes down, and we get a lot of points. We're up by, what is this, 81? But he's going to get a ton of points here. This could be, the thing is that we're kind of concerned about, if this goes another turn, he could reset getting a triangle then a triangle, which is really bad for us. He does have casting contests too. Okay, well, this is it. We're gonna land our 6 damage. He's got 67. He's got 6, or if he's got 71, he's got 71. I kind of think he's gonna hit a triangle within a triangle. Invocation's a minus 31. Forgot he can create non-faction and non-neutrals. That's 10. That's another 10. He's getting close. 3. And what's hers gonna be? Oh, man, that was an exciting one. Did you see that? Oh, it's such a swing. That's crazy. We still won though. See, this is what makes the game so fun. Stuff like this. GG, man. Alright, that was a lot of fun. But here's the thing. That was way closer than it should have been. We need a Caretaker. We need a Caretaker. We tried without Caretaker. It was fun. But, I'm not sure I need to put this much stress in my life and risk over just not including a Caretaker. So we're including Caretaker. Now, what do we take out for Caretaker? I've been thinking a lot about this. Here's what we're going with. I've determined Oneiromancy is really good for consistency. Because consistency is nice, but we need consistency, but it doesn't have to be Oneiromancy. She Who Knows we could take out, but I like it. The resilience is amazing. It's a relic. I want a lot of relics. Mamuna we could take out. People are attacking against it, like squirrels and stuff. The thing is, even if they start doing that, there's always Self-Eater. If you have a Self-Eater and it starts going off, there will be a Self-Eater in your discard pile. And pulling a Self-Eater out with this, if they banish a Gan-Can, it's really good still. Plays for 14, and you get an engine out. So why not keep Mamuna and use it some more? Caranthir we need. Obviously we could take out some Crones, but then we don't have enough relics. So what we're going to do is actually, we're going to cut Oneiromancy, and we're going to try out the buffed Royal Decree. Because the only thing we want to play out of our deck is a unit. That's the logic here. The only thing we want to play out of our deck is a unit. Considering the only thing we want out of our deck is a unit, we can now have room for our Caretaker. And we'll cut Ghoul, because Ghoul's not really working out. Ghoul conflicts with our Mamuna, if we want to hit Gan-Can. It can eat a Self-Eater, but it's not that big, so we're going to cut that. Go with She Who Knows, Bloody Mistress, Mamuna, Royal Decree, Caretaker, Caranthir. This is the version. We cut Oneiromancy for Royal Decree. We don't really need the 2 rounds of consistency. It's nice. The Echo's nice. We don't need it. The only thing we really make sure we Royal Decree for is we need 1 card to make sure. We need at least a card for consistency to get Caranthir and our Bloody Mistress going, or to play She Who Knows. I think Royal Decree fills this spot, and it's a 9 now. So we want to try it out. Let's try out this version of the deck.